Hello, so welcome back to another video. My name is Alizaya and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big purr or whatever. It is Mother's Day at the time of me recording this video. I really just wanted to say happy Mother's Day to anybody out here who is a single parent. Literally, it is hard out here, and I couldn't imagine, because I'm on my own, and I'm already having a terrible time. So imagine you by yourself, you don't have no help, and you just got this baby. Girl, women, y'all are very strong. Cis women or the biological women, I'm going to use both terms because who's going to beat me up? Y'all are truly strong, and I just want to say happy Mother's Day to y'all. Without further ado, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, 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 and let's get into today's story time or whatever. Comment down below. For today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys one-on-one about the story time of how I found out my mother passed away. And this is actually crazy. So, this story takes place in February of 2022. We're gonna say the week of the 20s or whatever, because I know the day, but I just don't know what week this fell on. So in February, you already know, your girl is out here, living her best life as a beautiful black transsexual with moans. I had hormones at the time. I was on estrogen and I was also on testosterone blockers. Me and my mom, we've always had a rocky relationship, but at the end of the day, that is my mother and I still love her. And I always told my mama that I love her because that is literally my mom. That is the person who gave birth to me and that, gave me the opportunity to sit here and, be the beautiful black person that I am today. I'm going to always be thankful for that. Recently, in this story time, me and my mama were going back and forth because this is where the time I started to be a little bit more rebellious. I was being really really bad. I don't even know how to explain it. Looking back at this now, if I was the parent, I would have spanked me multiple times because you need to sit down, child. Sit down. So I recently told my mama that I was active and that I was out here, doing the, provocative things that I was doing. I was being very provocative. I was being very off the wall. And we had a little argument about that. And, my mama is, she's only, how do I explain this? She's 55 years old at the time of me, at the time of this story. And a 55-year-old woman, she got a transgender child who is stressing her out. She got all these bills. She's in, $50,000 worth of debt. And, she's still trying to pay these bills, still trying to pay this high car note. And I'm just stressing her out. Truly, when I, started to, how do I say this? I started to resent her because, I was you can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want. And, thinking about this now and thinking back at this now, your parents are doing the best that they can with the resources they have. I didn't realize my mama is tired and this is why she can't give me attention. This is why she can't, sit here and show me the love and the affection that I really want. Because the reason why I was out here being, provocative and I'm out here giving myself to these men is because when I go home, I'm expecting, to just get hugs and actually get a civil conversation with my mother. But my mother works, a full-time job. She's working and she's stressed out. And all she does when she gets off of work is, go home, pup her pass and go to bed because she's tired. She's a hardworking black woman and she's doing it by herself. And now looking at this situation when I'm, this age and I'm out here 18 years old, all I do now is, come home, pup her pass and go to sleep because I understand now. So now getting into the story, my mother, it was during COVID, of course, and this was the time where I started to go out to parties. So I went to, a party and I did my little 1-2. I told my homegirl, I'm gonna say the name because I don't care. I told my homegirl Estella, I was like, you should come pull up on me and whatever. And, you should let me go to the party because I saw that there was a party in the town or whatever, right? And, Estella and me, we always gonna go to parties, but she was like, she doesn't want to go to parties anymore. So we was like, what, this is going to be our last party. Right. So eventually, I'm getting dressed. I'm giving everything it's supposed to be gave. And I'm going to show y'all a glimpse of what I was looking like. I was looking like this. I had me a little cute little bang wig. I had the rest dress on. I was looking very gorgeous. I was very much looking like a beautiful, girl or whatever, right? I was giving doll for real. So in the midst of it, y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all. I was so scared actually to go out in front of my mama in a dress because actually I never went out in public in front of my mama in a dress. I went to school in dresses. I done dibble and dabble. I was already, doing the stuff, but I never did it in front of her truly. You get what I mean?
Are you fucking dumb?
That's when my mama, she walked in on me and she was basically she was so stunned. She was like, "You are so beautiful." And I actually never heard my mama ever tell me that I was beautiful. So to hear my mother say that I'm beautiful and that, she loves me and she loves that I'm actually, out here living in my truth, that actually, really made me happy. That really actually made me happy. And I went to the party and, I was having a very good time. Right? So throughout the party, I'm having fun, and I didn't know because my friend Estella, she told me that she had COVID, and and I was like, okay, we should be good, because she said that she feels better now. So, I'm, hearing that you're telling me that you feel better and stuff like that. So, I'm not thinking nothing else of it. I'm like, okay, we're going to have a good little time. It's going to be good. So, I get home or whatever after the party. It's a long day or whatever. And so that following morning, I start feeling, a little cough. I'm starting to feel a little cold, but, I think nothing of it, I take my little NyQuil, I move on by my day, right. So in the midst of it, y'all, tell me why, I always gonna sit here and talk to my mother, she's bringing home food. One thing I loved about my mama, if she's not gonna cook, she's gonna bring home something to you. She's gonna at least make sure her child has some food in their belly. And that's the one thing I will always appreciate about my mother, because she will always do whatever it takes to just make sure I'm okay. And you can't take for granted those little itty bitty things that your parents do. And don't get me on this camera crying, but those itty bitty things meant so much to me now, and they always meant so much to me. I always told her I'm thankful that you love me. I'm thankful that you allow me to be myself and you don't judge me. She judged me, but yeah, we're not gonna get into that. So in the midst of it, y'all, we go and we re-up my, hormones or whatever. And I went to Austin to go get my moms. I did that vlog on my YouTube. You can go and see if you want to. But fast forward, my mother, she's very impatient. She's I don't even know, a Peter Griffin. Girl, she has the attitude of Peter Griffin. She gets so angry so fast. And I don't know why. I really, still to this day, I don't know why. But she got mad because they were taking so long to give me hormones and stuff. And so I was also telling her, I'm going to talk to the doctor just for a little second. You can go to the car and I'm going to be in and out. You get what I mean, right? So I was telling the doctor that I wanted to get on PrEP because, I am a transsexual. I was born biologically male. I can catch HIV from doing the things that I'm doing. And truly, I don't want to catch HIV. I don't want to die early because I don't know if you guys don't process this. A lot of y'all will take one time and do it just without the plastic wrap. I didn't know HIV, the medication without insurance is $4,000, and sometimes your insurance doesn't cover it. So if you're not privileged, honey, you're paying that $4,000 out of your pocket. Put on the plastic wrap with your broke ass. So, that was my biggest concern because, like I said before, and like I said again, I want to do what I want. I just want to do it safely. Like, I'm a very, strategized black trans woman. So, I was basically, talking to the doctor. So, my mama, she came up in there. And so, like, we sitting over here arguing. And I started, like, getting frustrated. And I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. I'll just worry about it later. So, we get in the car and I'm sitting over here. I'm just asking her. I'm like, why do you not like sit here and just be patient with me? Like, I want you to be patient with me. And I want you to like understand, like, I'm just trying to be safe. And she's like, if you wasn't gay, you wasn't out here, doing these things, we wouldn't even sit here and have to, stick to these measures and stuff like that. So I was taken aback. I started actually crying because it's like, why would you say that? So when I started crying and, my mother, she's not one for the games. Like, she don't play the games. And so when I was crying, that's when, she started sitting over here and yelling at me. She was yelling at me. She was sitting here telling me to shut up and just sitting here, arguing with me, calling me the B words and the F words and all the other words. I can't say the F word on here, but y'all know what F word I'm talking about. Yeah, it was that word. And so when she called me the F word, that's when I'm like, I don't go for them games. I don't. This is for family. This is for friends. This is for teachers, staff, adults. I don't care. It could be a little kid. Don't call me no F word. It's like a trigger. Like, also yelling is the biggest thing. My mother has yelled at me all of my life. 18 years of living. She has yelled at me. Well, 15 years of living because, she passed away when I was 15. But yeah. So, she's been yelling at me this whole time. And I think it started to, traumatize me. So every time somebody would yell at me in an angry tone, it makes me start crying. And I just start bawling. And I don't know why. Like, it's just a thing that I cannot control. Like, I really need to go to a therapist to actually get that checked out. Because, like, I can't do the yelling. I can't do the arguing. It makes me shrivel up and it just scares me. Like, I don't know. It's just something I really can't deal with. So that's when I spazzed out and I was basically telling her, like, I wish you would pass away and I wish you would leave me alone. I wish you would just sit here and I wish you wasn't my mother, this and that. And I said all these hurtful things, and this is why you don't play with God. This is exactly why you don't play with God, because God has something in store for me. He has something in store for me. So y'all remember I told you Estella, she told me she had COVID, but she said she felt better, right? Right. So this past, 2 days, like, I'm feeling very sick, but I'm trying to like keep going. I'm trying to keep going and act like I'm not sick, right? So after that, and like I said, I've been in her face. We've been in each other's faces and stuff. Fast forward, I get home, I ignore her that day. And so then, the next day, that's when my mother, she started getting, ill, and I was getting ill. So I realized I tested positive for COVID. So, I was all up in her face. I was like, Mama, I'm over here dying. Oh my goodness, help me. Help me, Hurst. I can't feel my body. Like, girl, COVID was nothing to play with, girl. That, I never thought COVID was worse than the flu, girl. My body fell out of my body. Like, girl, I felt damaged, girl. I was like, gone. Real bad. So in the midst of it, like I said before and like I said again, I've been in her face. So she's just casually contracting COVID, and I feel like me also stressing her out. Like, I remember, like, I heard her, like, when I was going to sleep, she was crying when I was saying those things. And my thing is, I truly felt bad. Like, I always feel bad when I yell at my mama. I never want to yell at my mama. I just can't deal with the screaming. And that's why a lot of, I always tell, like, black people, and I'm saying black people because truly the black community needs help, literally. But the black people, hear your parents out. Truly hear your parents out. Like, when your parents are telling you something, maybe they're telling it out of the goodness of their heart or just trying to educate you, because truly, I didn't process what she was trying to tell me because I was, like I said, I was being rebellious and not listening. So after, I got recovered from COVID, that's when my mother, she started having those symptoms, and her symptoms were worse because she was a heavy consumer on Papa Pastors. I'm not going to say the word, but you get what I mean. She was a heavy consumer. She's been doing it, since she was little. So, like, it's a lot that goes on over there. That's a lot to, handle it. So she also has to go to work. She's dealing with this, and then she's taking off. So, like, she's getting weaker and weaker, and I'm seeing it within my own eyes that my mother is dying. Like, she's passing away in front of me. And I thought, maybe she's just sick, like, I come to the rescue as I should, I'm nursing her, trying to, get her back to health or whatever. And, I'm making sure I give her medicine, I'm making sure I'm making her food, I always get her, the noodles, I gotta, put the little spices and the little cheese in there, hot sauce, just the way she likes it, because, it's my mother at the end of the day. Yes, I might have said those hurtful things, but I don't mean no harm. And so when she's in need and nobody is there to help her, who's gonna be there for her? Me, because I love my mother, and I will always love my mother. It's just something that I wish I could take back, but I can't take back. And I'm not going to cry on here, so let's, like, not tear up. But, that she started coughing up blood, and I got a little scared because I never actually seen somebody cough up blood before. So I was like, are you okay? Do you need me to take you to the hospital? Like, do we need to go to the hospital? She was like, no, I'm good. You can go to bed. I promise you I'm good. So, like, I'm listening to her. You saying you good? Okay, I'm gonna trust you. So, a few days go by. It's the same stuff. Like, I've been nursing her for 4 days now. Like, 4 days of her coughing. I'm seeing her, she's turning pale. Like, I'm watching my mother pass away, like, literally. So, the 5th day of her, like, it's like February 25th, like I said, this is the day that she passed away. She passed away at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, it's February 25th, it's 2022, and, she goes out to work, she works at a nursing home. During COVID, and you're working with old folks and a bunch of people who just don't want to wear their mask, ignorant people, like, it's bound to happen, like, literally. So it ends up, turning out, I go to school, I'm enjoying my day, I told my mama before I left, put this into picture, everybody. I want everybody to listen to me. I told my mama with my own words, when you get out of work, I want to give you the fattest hug. Like, I love you, and I never meant to ever hurt you, and I never meant to hurt your feelings. I just wish we could sit here and communicate. I want to communicate better with you, and I don't ever mean to harm you, and I don't want to see my mother pass, so please be cautious when you go out to work. I love you. And I gave her a kiss, and I hugged her, and we went on about our day. So the day goes on, everything's giving, and it's time to go home, right? So basically it's 9th period, because in Texas we got 9 periods instead of 8 periods. So it's my last period. I'm 15 minutes, it's 15 minutes left in class, and that's when my cousin Pavielle, she calls me. I'm using names because I don't care who gonna beat me up. So Pavielle, she calls me, and she's like, are you okay? Are you good? Are you safe and stuff like that? I'm like, girl, what is you calling me randomly while I'm in class? I was like, yes, I'm good. I'm in class now. I gotta go. Cause, like, girl, what is you calling me in class for? Like, I'm doing something. You get what I mean? Like, I'm busy. So I never realized, like, I never put in context, like, what she meant. And she never told me what she meant. Like, she just asked me, am I okay? So, the 9th period ends, the school day ends, everything's good. I get on the bus, right? So I'm on the bus, I'm on my way home or whatever, right? And so that's when I get this phone call. It's from my brother, my eldest brother. Like, he's the oldest brother. I haven't heard from that man in ever, like, in a long time. I haven't heard from him nearly in 10 years, because I have horrible communication skills. I don't know. I can't communicate well. I can't sit here and express my emotions well. I wear my emotions on, like, I wear my emotions on my face. I wear it on my, posture. Like, I wear everything. I wear how I feel, basically, literally. And so I get this call, and I haven't talked to my brother in like nearly a decade. Like, I'm like, let me answer, because it could be important. I haven't talked to him in so long. Maybe he's out and talking about, he's coming down and come and see me and mom, whatever. Right. So I want everybody to listen to me. When I got this call, I'm on the bus, so I answer the phone. My brother is crying. He's crying and I'm like, why are you crying? Are you okay? And that's when he breaks the news to me. Mama passed away. I have never in my life, like, I want everybody to understand and put this in perspective. Think about if your parents are alive, think about if your favorite parent right now was to just utterly pass away unexpectedly. What would you do? What would you do? Seriously, like, think about this. So for me to be on the bus and I'm getting this news, I couldn't do nothing but cry. I busted out crying, and I'm sitting over here, and I just like, I was like, are you serious? This got to be a sick joke. Like, you wouldn't sit here and lie to me. Like, I start like, tearing up. I haven't even busted out for real crying yet, but I'm like crying. And so he's like, yes, this is serious. Like, I don't even know how this happened and stuff like that. She was just good. We just talked. And I'm sitting over here, I'm like, no, she's not dead. Like, she's still alive. Like, no, y'all have to be playing a happy birthday prank. Like, there's just no way. There's no way. So that's when I realized it wasn't for the fake. Like, this is for reals. Like, this ain't for the fake. This is literally for reals. So I have never in my life, I busted out crying on that bus. I never cried so loud. Like, I was hysterical. And everybody is laughing. Everybody is laughing on this bus while I'm crying out about my mother passing away. How do you think that makes you feel? Like, looking at this and thinking about it now, like, I literally didn't process, like, these people are laughing at me when my mother is dead. I don't have nowhere to go. I don't have no father figure. I don't have no other guardian. So the only person that was putting a roof over my head, that was sitting here making sure that I'm good, the person that gave birth to me, the person that loved me, the person that made sure that I was always good is gone. Like, I'm not going to cry, but I was so over it. Like, I was so over it. And the laughs got worse. Like, they were just pointing and laughing. Even the bus driver was smirking. So I'm sitting over here and I just hung up the phone. I hung up the phone and I get off the bus. And so that's when my auntie, she calls me and, she's like, Isaiah, I'm so sad that your mother passed away. We're going to figure this out. Just me and you. Like, now I might have to be the one to take care of you. And, like I said before, I'm not against my auntie taking care of me, but I got to know her. She was terrible. She was the worst guardian I've ever had in my life. She was worse than my mother. Like, it's just so much that went into this. And so fast forward, I'm sitting over here and I'm trying to not cry in front of everybody, because I got dropped off at my old high school, Waco High, because, you got to get on multiple buses just to get home, because I was a transfer student. So that's when I, like I said, I got off the phone, I'm off the bus, and these girls, they walk over to me and they were like, we heard about your mother, she passed away and stuff like that. Girl, of course you heard. I'm screaming on the bus that my mama passed away. Make that make sense. So they're giving me hugs and stuff like that. It never felt genuine. I felt like they was laughing when they walked off. But, girl, I couldn't do nothing because I was so emotionally damaged. Like, it never hits you that your parent will pass away someday. Like, it just never would come to mind. And for her just to up and just pass, I just literally couldn't do it. And my brother... my other brother, his name is Scotty, he basically told me, like, he was rushing over there, because his mother is in the hospital, of course he's gonna rush over there. He literally, he was next to her, and she grabbed his hand, and she was tearing up trying to fight for her life. She literally was having tears coming down her eyes. And he's like, "Mama, don't pass. Don't pass, Mama, don't pass." And then the line, you know how it goes, beep, beep, beep. It went beep, 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 boo. And she passed away. And from that day forward, like, literally, I have been so traumatized. And that's really why, like, now I have been giving myself out to all these men. Like, I have never truly put into perspective that the only reason why I'm so, you know, provocative and I'm so off the wall with these men is because, like, I want to find the same love that I found in my mother. I can't find that. I'm looking for it in the wrong places. And, like, when I went to her funeral, like, my father, he's sitting over here. He sees me in this, you know, butterfly having wig. I got this afro with butterflies in it. The face card is declined, of course, because I didn't know how to dress at the time. And the clothes was just all over the place. But I'm sitting over here and I'm crying to my brother. But, like, I never truly put in perspective that, like, my mother has passed away. Like, I knew she passed away and I knew everything was happening. But, like, you never truly realize it until you truly realize it. So after the funeral, after everything happened, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to stay, right? Like, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to lay my head. So that's when I'm with my other cousin. And my cousin, like, you know, he has his baby mama or whatever. And his baby mama and just they be arguing. So every time they argue and stuff like that, like I said, I don't do arguing. It makes me cry. And so I was also, this was my first time ever pup passing. Like, for real, this was my truly first time pup passing. So I'm off the wall, like, I'm out of my body. They're screaming. That's when it hit me that I'm never going to get to be yelled at ever again by my mother. And that's truly what made me, you know, lose it. I lost it. And that's where I realized, like, my mother is gone. And I'm trying not to cry because I don't like crying. My mother always told me don't cry. She said men don't cry, even though, you know, I'm a whole transsexual, I'm a whole trans woman. But she said men don't cry, hard people don't cry, strong people don't cry. You get through the tough times and you always make sure you can elevate. And that's I always took that in perspective. Like, you know, when I lose a job, I go get another one. Because my mama, she lose a job, she always go get another one. She's, you know, falling behind money. She's always going to go get the money. She's going to hustle for the money. You know, I always took after my mother. I always looked up to my mother. And truly, I miss my mom. I love my mom. I will always love my mom. I miss my mom. I love her, and I always called her mommy, and she hated me calling her mommy, but you were my mommy, and it's sad that I will never ever get to see my mommy again. Like, it's actually truly sad. It's really sad that on a Mother's Day, I'm going to be spending Mother's Day alone for the rest of my life, every Mother's Day, because my mother is gone, and I surely don't have a father for Father's Day because my father disabandoned me. He don't love me. He disowned me, child. I'm over here stuttering because I'm trying not to cry. But, like, you have to always cherish your parents, the ones that love you and the ones that want to see you do better. You might argue with them, you might have your disagreements, but don't ever, ever, ever let that linger over. Unless they're truly awful and unless they're truly evil, please, please listen to your parents and stop being rebellious, because you never know if your mother or your father is ever going to pass away, and you only get a set of those once in your lifetime. You will never get another batch of those. Never. Nobody will ever come close to your parents. And I truly love my mom. I will truly always have faith. And I will truly always try to, you know, prove to everybody that I can do this, because my mother wanted me to do this. My mother wanted me to get an apartment. I got the apartment. My mother wanted me to graduate. I graduated. My mother wanted me to sit here and do big things for myself. I recorded a whole documentary. Like, I'm so proud of myself. That's all I gotta say for this Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Bookie Bears. I truly love y'all. Y'all are my babies. I guess I'm y'all's mother. I I love you guys. I'm not gonna cry on this phone, but I love y'all, and I'm truly thankful that everybody is subscribing and showing me so much love, because I wish I could show my mama what I'm doing with my life. Like, it's ghetto. I hate crying. It's so ghetto. It is so ghetto to cry. But I truly love y'all, and y'all mean so much to me. Remember that. Remember, you are iconic, and nobody is out here doing it like you. So remember, you are beautiful, even if you get clocky like me, period. Who gonna beat us up? Nobody. But that's all that wraps up for this Mother's Day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy Mother's Day. And remember, stream Nicki Minaj, and always cherish your people. Cherish any of your friends, your family. Cherish those folks, because you don't know if they're not going to be here. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. Bye, guys.